are now at the Coster Garden. It's on the east side garden walk. I'm with the gardener Iris here.
Yes.
So let's take a walkabout with Iris and I'll show you around the garden. So this is at one corner of the front garden. So Iris, tell us what you have been doing in this area.
Sure. So this is our gate entrance or exit. This is where we welcome visitors to our space. This is my favorite portion because we have the autumn joy sedums, which we have multiplied from the right side to the left side. So it's a true welcome mat as you enter into the gate or exit out of the gate. A highlight of this space, we always try to have a pollinator. So you see a sunflower in the right corner, but the black lace elderberry never fails to perform. She's just so kind and generous in that space. And then her underbelly is
You have different variety of
the lambs here. There's an azalea in there. It's a lot of fun.
And so to point out, the sedum, they bloom very late in the season.
True.
So when everything have been slowing down, I mean, they have the flower, they provide the nectar to the pollinator when they just bloom. So this is a very important flower for the late season, nectar source for the pollinators.
It's true. It's also nice eye candy for the later season, like the autumn interest. It turns a nice bright pink. So it's really still attractive to the human eye to enjoy the landscape, even though the season is winding down.
Exactly. So now we are looking at the front garden. This is how they look now. We have some very nice shrub that has been meticulously groomed. Iris, show us the before photo.
So this is just as we began the landscaping when we purchased the home a couple decades ago. But this was our first project to put in the raised bed, and these are the beginning structures we chose. So in the two curved areas are the burning bushes, and then we have our other two shrubs in our primary in the middle. These guys have been with us for going on 22 years now and have matured very, very nicely.
Yeah, and you have a very nice front porch, and you mentioned your parents love to sit there.
Yes.
I can imagine that because not only you have the annual in container, you use furniture and containers in very lovely color, so it contributes to the complete picture. It's so colorful and lovely.
Yes,
and,
it definitely is a salute to color. We enjoy all of the colors.
Show us the barrier area on the other side of the garden.
Sure. So you may want to take a pause on this side of our property. We have endeavored to create a natural fence. So we started 15 years ago with $5 arborvitaes from Home Depot. They're about 2 feet tall. And then coming forward in the middle, you have the Miskim lilacs in a container, and then butterfly bushes in a container. Our sincere goal is to have an organic barrier, but something that still will afford us privacy. So it was nice to play with different plants. Very grateful for the clearance plants.
Exactly. Show us the hydrangeas.
Sure.
So Iris told me she had one hydrangea, and from that one hydrangea she has been splitting, and now there's a row of hydrangea.
Yes.
I never knew you can split hydrangea, and I wouldn't believe it if not. Standing here looking at the hydrangea growing so well, so beautiful.
Yes.
From just this one. This is the mother
Yes.
hydrangea.
So summerific macrophilia hydrangea blooms on old wood and new wood, and nature is very kind and forgiving, yet a very effective instructor. So I didn't know anything about this shrub. I thought it was just green foliage. So I couldn't get it to do anything. I dug it out, cut it in half, and planted it in different spots. That's when I learned she prefers the shade. This family of hydrangeas went through a hard winter where it really did get swamped with broken stems. So
Right.
didn't expect any blooms this year.
But
Fertilized, and
But
she's
still, we have this lovely
so
bloom.
beautiful.
Yeah, so the message is don't give up.
Don't give up.
Yes.
And appreciate how kind nature is. If you do something it doesn't like, it'll teach you. And they never died. I just put them back over in the shade and they took off.
Yeah. So now we are moving into the backyard garden. The first thing we saw is this smoke bush that become a very nice little tree.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we guided this shrub we bought from a local nursery, my husband's favorite of my garden items. And I wanted it to be a eye catcher for him. So this shrub, we guided a primary stem into tree form. And this is year 3.
Yeah, it's lovely.
We appreciate
Yeah.
that.
And so you have some new hydrangeas planted here.
Yes.
Because there was some damage by nature and by human.
Right.
Yeah, on the arborvitae.
Right.
But this just give you a new opportunity to plant more hydrangea. Yeah.
Accurately summarized.
Yeah.
That was a very good summary. And I love hydrangeas, and I'm very much looking forward to what they'll offer for our privacy screen next year. The biggest takeaway with the arborvitaes was that having bought them so young, they are very precious to us.
Right.
So 15-year-old arborvitaes, you don't just run to the store and replace.
Definitely.
So we wanted to continue to enjoy them, so we adapted. And nature teaches you how to adapt.
Okay. Yeah, so we're walking on this very, very nice garden path, and there's a story behind the garden path. Iris, can you share with us?
Sure, I'll share briefly that my family knows how much I enjoy gardening, so much so that my children have foregone Mother's Day gifts of purses and shoes to things like that water feature.
Fountain,
or
that's
that
very nice.
They really tapped into what I enjoyed, and they also knew that I wanted us to enjoy this backyard space. So they put in this walking path, my children and my husband, as well as the raised bed with the lower level garden bed. And if you look just forward, you'll see the patio that my family put in. So just wanted to encourage anyone who might be thinking, oh, I can't enjoy my backdoor space. I can't hire an architect to come out and do landscape architecture for us. We started with just a ground level garden bed up against this fence, and most of those plants are still here. But you get to explore new plants with clearance sales, and I started with hostas and hydrangeas and whatever anyone was giving away, and then a clearance sale at Lowe's will make you buy five of one thing or 6 of another.
And I want to point out the lily here is magnificent, and they are so fragrant. So they may not be here when we have the actual Eastside Garden Wall. So I want to at least share the image with you. They are, I mean, the color is so pure, and I wish you could smell it. It has a sweet, very clean and refreshing fragrance. It's just lovely. And the other thing I want to show you is the little succulents grow from in between the blocks of the kind of like a retaining
raised bed.
Raised bed. Yeah.
And we just put those in as meticulous as my family was at putting those in. For a gardener, all I need is an opportunity. So I just put them in just to see if they would take. And they thrive. They really did thrive.
Yeah. Hi folks, we are now at the Costner Garden, and we will show you something that is truly unique and has a lot of meaning. Iris, show us the how do you call this, the under umbrella?
The underbelly of umbrellas. So previously, our garden walks have saluted African American culture. So this year, instead of quilts, we're doing the umbrella patch.
Uh-huh.
So the umbrella patch are artistic expressions. As a quilter, I love sewing. So I just took my umbrellas loose and put fabric underneath to salute my culture.
Yeah.
So these are animals that my family and I love and adore. And we'll show you a couple of more of the umbrellas.
Yes, you have more than a few, and each one of them is truly unique.
True. And these are handcrafted. So this is a salute to jazz. And it has the orange and white is from Ghana. The jazz musicians actually is from a Amish country fabric store.
Okay.
And then the multicolored is from a local fabric store.
It's just stunning. So, if you come to see Iris Garden, do not miss this out. Yeah, because I can imagine some people would miss the umbrella.
Yes,
Yeah.
don't miss out on the umbrellas. This was the beginning of the umbrella exploration. This umbrella was lifted during a windy day and flew over into the neighbor's yard and ripped. And I was going to wait for a sale. I wasn't just going to go buy another umbrella. When I repaired it, it had this very pronounced seam in it. And I was like, if we're going to look at seams, I can show you stitches.
Right.
So we made it a very abstract artwork. The inner fabric is from Africa. The panels of colored fabric is from our local Juneteenth.
Right.
And then the Saltmore uniform fabric is from a local fabric store.
Yeah.
The last underbelly
Okay.
is just in the edible garden, which we'll talk about later. But again, amazingly enhances your enjoyment at sitting under an umbrella. It's so much fun to do. So come to the garden walk and really get to see something unique in the Costner garden.
So I want to show the viewer the little Japanese maple,
Sure.
which you saw has been so severely damaged by the storm that
Yes.
you lost it. But
Yes.
it grew back. It
Yes.
regenerated.
Yes.
It's just so surprising. I mean, we so often get so amazed by the power of the nature. So don't give up. Like the little Japanese maple, don't give up on the Japanese maple, even though they are storm damaged. They may regenerate, and the same would apply for the umbrella. Yeah, don't give up. Repair to make it truly unique.
It's true. Nature tends to take the littlest things and teaches us life lessons. So there were times after the ice storm had taken all the branches off the Japanese maple that I was like, I should dig that up. That's prime real estate. I should. But we waited to see, just to make sure. And all I needed was a bud. Once that bud came, I was so encouraged. I knew it would be beautiful again.
Yeah.
And the same with the umbrellas. Sometimes life doesn't go the way you think, and something gets ripped and you want to start over, but you can build something more amazing.
Yeah. Now let's take a look at the vegetable garden.
Sure.
You so rarely see a vegetable garden this beautifully appointed, everything in order and so meticulously tended.
So when we closed off this side of the property with the fence, we planted the sky pencil hollies, and those are going to be a type of curtain as they grow up and mature. Then we enter in under the grapevine on this arbor here, and then we have the raised beds on our right, which offer us our lettuces, our herbs, our squash, zucchini, some okra, some basil, some lemon balm. Then we come down to the container planters.
You have the asparagus.
Uh-huh,
and you
asparagus.
can harvest for a very long season.
And it's a perennial. It comes back every year. You don't have to do anything to it. So it's
And I read they get better with age.
They
so,
do.
Yeah. So so do you call the rhizome? So the rhizome get bigger and bigger. You have more and it become more and more bountiful.
True, and you do want to get into it early because it takes 3 years for you to be able to harvest.
Okay.
So this was our first year harvest. And then we have white and red onions, some corn, some ginger in the back. That'll be an experience. And then white and red potatoes with more like a steak tomato, sugar snap peas, just some fun. And then over on this side, the flowering plants are, even the sunflower, is to draw the pollinators.
Yeah.
And then we come over to our espalier fruit trees that my husband meticulously governs.
Yeah, but you didn't get them as espalier tree. You
No.
trained them from a
Yes.
typical regular
Yes.
little fruit tree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So we ordered dwarfs for the small space in an urban garden. And then, like the asparagus, you had to wait the 2 to 3 years. So when they came as bare roots, we clipped them down to be able to be trained into the espalier format.
Yeah, and so this is you have to have a commitment to the garden. It's not it's not an instant transformation.
It truly
It
isn't.
takes times, but it is so rewarding through the process.
It really is a type of therapy, and it has such a return on investment to come out every morning and have a cup of coffee. This was my latest exploration with a product called a green stalk. This is not sponsored, but it enables you to plant in a small space, and you can link it into your drip irrigation. So I don't have to manually water this at all. So the lettuces to the strawberries, from the chives down to the vegetables in the base, we've been very fortunate that everything that's been planted there thrives really well. Some of them have gone to seed, which is okay with us because we want pollinators to come.
Exactly.
So that's not bad at all.
At the entrance to the vegetable area, I want to show you Iris, the Costner Gardens work area.
Yes.
And I always want to see how other gardeners work, and you get some very good idea. For example, look at this hanging area. We can hang different garden tools there, so keep them dry, and you can see where they are. You don't waste any time trying to look for them.
True.
And show us the box.
Sure. So a friend of mine planted me a bird box, which I didn't mount, but I was like, this would be a good place to keep things that I'd like to keep dry.
Yes.
So I have, like little things that you don't want to rust, or my plant labels, but also I have little dividing containers so that you have all your sprays in one container, all your manual tools in another. But this is really nice because it keeps you from thinking you left it in the bottom of your clipping bag, or where you went to deadhead, or the lawnmower got it. It kind of keeps things reliably visible. So you're like, there it is. I don't need to run across the yard to find it.
Yeah, I give people a view from this side of the entire garden.
Yes.
So this is where you usually take your morning coffee?
This is where I usually, I'm just going to walk across. This is where I usually sit. And because I love the water feature my children bought me, I do sit here and pause and meditate on how grateful.
This is very beautiful.
Grateful. Very grateful.
Very beautiful. Yeah. So again, we are at the Costner Garden with Iris. She has been such a gracious host and shared her garden with us. And the Costner Garden is on the east side garden walk, which will be open for both Saturday and
Sunday, front, side, and backyards.
Yeah, so come here and find Iris, have a conversation, and enjoy her garden, and be amazed how much you can do over the time, and how much you can get as the reward. Yeah, this is a spectacular garden. Thank you, Iris.
You're welcome. Thank you.